Now we go to Coach Spo, who got his playoff career win number 89.
Your defense and your depth.
Yeah, no question. This was just a really inspiring team win. Everybody that played had their fingerprints on this. We clearly had some adversity in this game, not having Kyle or Jimmy, and our group doesn't even blink. That's not even something we have to address. We just pivot and put in the game plan, and everybody just gets ready, tapes their ankles, and gets out there and competes. Defensively, there are some incredibly inspiring plays, all game long. I mean, the first half we were forcing some turnovers, some of the press, but even in the second half, that was some really tough work that the guys were doing with multiple efforts and all that. And we got some timely scores. They stepped up their defense, but I thought Bam was just tremendous. It was just winning basketball all the way around. Vic was really good again. He was able to generate some looks for us in the paint, and we just carried it through to the end. We had to get. I thought it was fitting as well that we had to get this game with a stop at the end.
You spoke a little about the defense, but before the series, you also talked about how the Hawks had such an explosive offense. How are you guys able to slow them and slow Trey?
I'm not sure. I mean, it takes like a ridiculous amount of multiple efforts. I mean, you have to extend your defense. We're basically extending it 94 feet just to try to get the ball out of his hands, to wear on him. Then you cross half court, and your normal pick-and-roll defense is extended at least 12, 14 feet further than it normally would be. And that just makes the court, bigger. So guys had to cover a lot of ground. It doesn't always work perfectly, but if you're making those multiple efforts, you just have to try to make it tough. And our guys were really committed to that side of the floor, through these 5 games.
If you want the update, Ja hit a layup to win it.
You've got to be kidding me. No way.
Yes.
TD, how come we don't have the TVs on in here? I thought this was going overtime for sure. I should have known better. I did see the highlight of that dunk, though. Whoa.
So, kind of forgot my question.
We digress.
We digress to other matters. With obviously Jimmy hurt, Kyle's deal, PJ was not 100%, obviously. How valuable are the 6 days? I mean, I know you won't be off the whole time, of course, but how valuable is the rest before round 2?
I mean, next couple of days, while we just watch what's going on, I just want everybody living in the training room, and go back to our cave, bandage up, hopefully get healthy, and then we'll see what happens, in that series. But definitely the guys have earned, a couple days of just quality rest and treatment.
Max Strus in 67 seconds, 10 points. How critical or just inspiring almost was that stretch by Max there?
Yeah. And those were, that extra effort, and Gabe got the breakaway. A lot of guys may just kind of jog, and just assume that would be a play at the rim and a score, but Max just finished it off, with an extra effort. They made a great effort, to get a block, and he tips it in, and then it was the Gabe and Max show from there. Just their pressure full court, and it wasn't even necessarily fully to our system. They were just like hair on fire, like just trying to make some plays and change the momentum, and they got a couple of really good traps and made some good reads, and the ball found Max. At that point, I think we were 0 for 3, 0 for from the 3-point line until that point, and then he got uncorked, and that was just a great stretch because it was all fueled by really inspiring defense and able to score, off those stops.
Obviously, you never want to miss a playoff game, but it seemed like Kyle and Jimmy were coaching guys whenever they had a chance. I mean, how cool was that to see? Just them so engaged.
That was their job tonight. That was it, and that's what they both do really well. All our veterans are really great about that, and that's I've mentioned that many times this year. You can develop young guys, all that you want, and we do. It's probably over the top, what we do in terms of the work and everything with young guys, just to give them a full chance to improve and explore their best version. But what really kicks it into another gear is the veteran leadership of just infusing confidence. And that's what Kyle has done the entire year. And he was out there coaching. He gave me some tips, except for he told me to challenge that on the baseline. But that was, I think that was a good one to challenge. And they just infused, just great life into our guys. And particularly when it got a little bit, uneven, guys were just coming back to the bench and they see Jimmy and Kyle like right in there in the mix. It's hard not to just gain confidence from that.